Okay, 421, exercise 5. This is editing. Read this Q&A on etiquette and manners. Find and correct 8 mistakes in the use of be supposed to. The first mistake is done. Find and correct 7 more. What's the right thing to do? Okay, let's see. I had dinner at a friend's house last week. The first course was soup and it was already on the table. When I sat down and began to eat it, my friend's mother looked a little surprised. Did I do something wrong? Was I supposed to wait before starting to eat? So use was. Because see, everything is in the past. So make sure that this is also in the past. Because it happened last week. Okay? Yes, in this country you are supposed to wait until your host begins. So make sure you put are. You are not supposed to start first. So remember the form, we have to use negative form after the be form of the verb. So in this case, you are not supposed to. My friend is getting married and he chose me to be his best man. What does this mean? As the best man, what am I supposed to do? So remember, when I'm asking a question, what's supposed to, I have to say, what am I? First of all, you should feel very good. It's an honor to be the best man. In general, the best man's job is to help the groom. You can find online lists with all your tasks, and there are many. Perhaps one of the most important ones is that you're supposed to keep the ring for your friend until he needs it during the ceremony. Nervous grooms are famous for forgetting or losing the ring. We are supposed to get married. Oh, sorry, this is past. We were supposed to get married, but we decided to cancel the wedding. So remember I mentioned previously, when we have a plan that we changed, we use, and we have but. We use the past form. We were supposed to get married, but we just decided to cancel the wedding. We've already received some wedding gifts. What do we do with them? Are we supposed to return them to our friends and relatives now that the wedding is canceled? So use present tense. See, this is all in, it's asking about now. So make sure that you're using present form. Yes, unfortunately, you're supposed to return all the gifts you received unless you have already used them. I was in line at the supermarket waiting to pay. It was the express line, but the woman in front of me had a shopping cart filled with food and beverages. I had just one item. I said to the woman, "Sorry, but you are not supposed to be on this line if you have more than 10 items." So you are not supposed to. So remember the form. She got very angry with me. Was I wrong to say something? No, you weren't wrong. The woman was wrong. First, for being in the wrong line, and then for getting angry with you. People are supposed to follow the rules. So we always have to say supposed to, not supposing or not. And it always has to have an ed. Her behavior was a definite violation of the rules. You were right to say something as long as you did it politely. So check your answers for that. And then let's look on page 426, Unit 30 review. Tomorrow's graduation, and we're supposed to be at school at 10. Remember, we can't use will with be supposed to, and we don't use do. We have to use be form of the verb, so it's weird. The weather is supposed to be very nice. We always have to use ed. That's just the form of this grammar. Jan and Stu were supposed to drive me, but they can't. We have to use the past form because remember when we have an expectation and it changes and we have but, we use the past form. The ceremony was not supposed to be outside, but it's going to be at the park. So when we want to make it negative, we use not. What time are we supposed to leave? We use infinitive form after supposed. So make sure you choose the correct form of the verb. And then the next one here, it's 426, hurry up, we're supposed to be there in 10 minutes. So make sure you're using the affirmative form. Don't worry, the ceremony is not supposed to start until 10:15, so we're using negative. Remember, the negative comes after the be form of the verb. So you can say the ceremony is not. It doesn't really matter if you use that or if you use a contraction. But this is just the form that you're supposed to use. Where are we supposed to sit? If you have trouble with this, I recommend that you look on page 416. It shows you how to make questions with WH in them. I think we're supposed to go over there on the right side. So my verb is go, so we are supposed to go. Oh no, most men are wearing ties. Am I supposed to wear one? You can also say, was I supposed to wear one? If you're talking about a plan. But this form is also okay. I think you're supposed to wear a jacket, but ties are optional, so you're fine. So this, again, using the present form of the verb, so that's why I picked you are. It's not supposed to rain, but look at those clouds. So we have but here, so maybe I can change this to was. Because remember, when we have something that changed, we usually use was. It was not supposed to rain. But I know it's supposed to be a beautiful day. So again, just write your sentences as normal with this grammar form. Find and correct 7 mistakes. Dahlia was supposed to drive. She was not supposed to fly. So make sure you put D after supposed to. And she was not supposed to. So make sure that the not is in the correct place. She was supposed to wear her blue dress, but she changed her mind, so she was. Remember, when we have but, we usually like to use past form. What are we supposed to do after the ceremony? Use infinitive, not ing, after supposed to. My parents are supposed to fly home tomorrow, but they're staying with us another day. Even though we have but here, it's actually referring to tomorrow, so make sure you're using the present form. It was not supposed to be this cold, and it wasn't supposed to rain, so make sure you use not. And then this is in the past, so make sure you use wasn't. We don't use didn't with supposed to.